Hey there, baseball fans. Nathan Rohde and Shooter Hunt here with the latest episode of Coffee and Curveballs. Shooter, as you can tell by my background, I am not in North Carolina. I am in the great state of Texas, as you would call it, and that is very evident on our show today as we got a lot of topics coming out of the Lone Star State.
Yeah, tons of action going on down there as they're fully in season right now. We also have a lot of preseason events that have been going around the country. We'll be talking about that the next few weeks. But today, a lot of Texas and also some big arms.
No doubt. So, as we said, I am in Texas, spent a few days in the Dallas area, kind of running around. Got a couple of arms, Blake Mayfield, Bodie Rascone. Also saw Logan Kohler and Nate Rombach.
Nice.
It was not as big of a run as you had. I didn't have quite the same arms you did as with like Goss and Thompson and Lewis and those guys, but still a solid showing. Logan Kohler is a guy that I think he can really hit. Didn't show up in the stat line in the two games that we saw. I think we saw one hit out of the two games, but takes really good swings on just about everything he sees. Makes strong contact. He's a strong left-handed hitter. And he takes a good approach, too. He doesn't get over anxious if guys are trying to pitch around him. The first game we saw him, he was facing a lefty, Division I guy. The wind is blowing in hard from right field. And with a left-handed hitter, that's obviously a disadvantage. What's he doing? He's looking opposite field straight from the get-go. So Logan Kohler is a guy that I really like. Committed Oklahoma. He's a draft prospect right now, but probably guys aren't going to pay him what he wants. But coming out of Oklahoma in a couple of years,
pay him
I can
later.
see him being easily a second or third round guy. So
Yeah, definitely. That athleticism and the barrel awareness out of Kohler is something I really like. And we talked about it before we got on the show. And just coming out of Oklahoma, I could see him really making an impact in the Big 12.
Absolutely. A couple of arms, as I said, in Blake Mayfield and Bodie Rascone. Neither of us has quite made the jump that we've kind of expected out of them. Again, it's early March, so they've got plenty of time. And obviously, a lot of upside with them, even if they do go to college, could be really high picks out of their respective commitments. Blake Mayfield pitching mostly in the high 80s, still kind of spinning both a curveball and a slider. I like the slider better, but he still goes to both. Very athletic kid. Definitely can see him, making a big jump if he makes it to College Station with Texas A&M. But then Bodie Rascone, left-hander, committed to Oklahoma State. Super athletic guy. I mean, if you ask for a pitching prospect, like a prototype, this is what you draw up. 6'5", 200 pounds, lean strength, broad shoulders, tons of room to fill out. Wasn't a great day for him. Got bit by some control. Also had some kind of poor defense behind him. But was up to 92 in the first inning. Pitched mostly in the high 80s after that. Breaking ball still in development for him, but given the athleticism, and he's in the Dallas area, but not Dallas proper. He's more of a country guy. I was talking to one scout who said he asked him what his throwing program was, and he said, "I just play catch." So when you look at a guy like that, you think this is kind of a blank slate to work with, and given that athleticism and projection, I'll take that every day of the week.
Yeah, and that velo is up into the low 90s. It's hard to find left-handers who can really throw it like that.
Yeah, there certainly are. So, solid swing through Texas. It's still in process. I'm going to run up to Oklahoma and, maybe back down in the Dallas area, depending on the weather, before I head back to North Carolina. So, we'll see what develops. But you've been following along on social media, as have I. While I'm watching draft guys, Toby Bicknell is running around Dallas as well, looking at a lot of underclassmen. And Jordan Lawler, I mean, you talk about a dude, that guy looks the part.
Yeah, and he's been one of my favorite guys since we saw him at the underclass area code this summer. Just a great athlete. He's over at Dallas Jesuit, right off the tollway. Coach Bick was there to check him out, and I swear I had to keep texting Toby because each tweet said double, single, another hit, inside the park home run. I just didn't believe how many hits he was getting, and it's still a projectable frame. I asked Bick, I said, does he look as young in person as he looks in the video? He's still smacking the ball around. I know he can really play shortstop, really good athlete. Is he as young as he looks? And I think he is. So he's going to add another 20, 25 pounds over the next 2 years, just a sophomore, committed to Vanderbilt, but he's off to a really good start there for Dallas Jesuit.
Yeah, he sure is. Although I do want to point out, this is the first time I've really driven around Dallas myself. When you say just off the toll road, that means nothing because that's all there is around here is toll roads. So
Well, it's about 5 minutes from Highland Park, if that makes.
there you go. So one more Texas guy to mention on the show today, and it's a guy that we need to remember for the draft. Outfielder Hudson Head, down from San Antonio, is really making some noise. Texas known for the arms, pretty deep pitching class. We got top hitters, obviously Bobby Witt, Brett Beatty, Logan Kohler, who we mentioned. Hudson Head is making a name for himself and pushing himself into that conversation.
Yeah, and he can hop on the mound too. He's got a quick arm, but when he gets to the plate, left-handed hitter, it's 6'3", 170, 180 pounds. He's got another 20, 25 pounds to pack onto that frame, but he does not get cheated at the plate, and he looks to do damage when he's swinging the bat. And he has produced a ton of home runs to start this year, real early on, and just gets after it on the diamond like you expect a nice San Antonio, Texas kid getting out on the field and going in there and grinding. But he can really do it. Mid-6, 6'5", 6'6" runner, so he's going to push that MLB draft stock high if he continues this hot spring.
Excellent. We'll certainly be keeping an eye on him. Let's shift a little bit east now, but sticking in the South because really that's the only place that games are being played at the moment. What do we got on Brooks Rice out of Mississippi?
Well, Ronald Sims, our guy in Mississippi, was on hand to see Brooks Rice. Now, Brooks Rice is an LSU recruit. We've known about him for a while. Big right-hander. 6'2"-ish, 170 pounds. It's a projectable frame, wiry athletic, quick arm, long and loose. Here's the issue. Last year, the strikes were a little in and out. We'll see. And the first thing I asked Ron Sims, I said, hey, was he pounding the zone tonight? Well, he came in for two innings to get the save, punched 4, was up to 92, just sitting 90-92 with an absolute real nice slider, putting guys away. We'll talk about him in spin zone in a second. But if he continues to click on all cylinders with that strike pitch, he's the type of guy who the healing will really kick in. LSU recruit, so you know there's going to be a lot of eyes on him, but it's a projectable right-handed pitcher's frame. There's more to come from this guy.
Excellent. And then shifting up to New York, those guys have seen a ton of players the last few weeks. But what do we got on right-hander shortstop Aiden Chamberlain, a 2022 out of New York?
And you know what? When I shot a message over to Dan Savit and Jared Carrier, I said, I know you guys have seen almost 800 kids the last 2 weeks. Can you narrow it down to just one? And they ended up giving me about 20 names, but one of the youngsters. So Aiden Chamberlain, a right-handed pitcher, also a shortstop. You got to love those athletic kids who are shortstops, hop on the mound. 2022, he's 6'3", 170 pounds. Ran his fastball up to 85. Repeatable delivery. It's slow, methodical. Quick arm. Could also swing the bat a little bit. Look good at shortstop. He's a guy that I think a lot of college coaches are going to want to continue to follow this spring and summer and moving on into the future.
Excellent. Well, we sure will. That's for sure. But heading on now, you mentioned it just a moment ago, but let's take a look at the spin zone. Brooks Rice, as you said, LSU recruit. He's got a whammer. So keep an eye on him out of Mississippi. But then heading over to Oklahoma, we got Cade Horton, two-way guy. He can spin it a little bit. And when I say two-way, I mean dual sport. He's committed to Oklahoma. Maybe a future Heisman candidate? I don't know. We'll see. But there's a spin zone for you. Brooks Rice and Cade Horton. But Shooter, we got Bomb Squad. It's been blowing up. Everybody loves it. We're getting tons of submissions. Who we got this week?
We got some Texas flavor coming to you. Hudson Polk, Oklahoma recruit, big right-handed hitting catcher. Blast this one deep to left. Got that one good. But Nick Bernars, 2019, committed to Grayson Community College. Get on that one, dude. That's a great swing. And then Brendan Dixon, University of Texas recruit in the 19 class, Argyle High School. This dude's all over the field. Oh, yeah, and he blasted this grand slam. So good job, guys.
Excellent. Well, there you look at it. Spin Zone and Bomb Squad for you this week. Lots of Texas flavor. Be sure to stay tuned for more coverage from Texas as well as every other state that we've got covered. It's basically the whole country now. So head to prepbaseballreport.com and check it out. And until next time, we'll see you guys at the ballpark.